TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing out of turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up a turn number 4. Who's it gonna be?
Welcome everyone to the EastWest Tour presented by SidsView.com. We're here at Southern National Motorsports Park. It's a 0.4 mile track. And man, is it a tough place to get around. A good lap around here is about 13 seconds or so, but I think we're going to see some times a little bit quicker than that tonight. Up at the top of this warm-up is Brandon Wilkinson with a 12.828. You may be surprised, but honestly, it's only because Ty Majeski is in here that you might be shocked, because he is usually top of the board. Joe Schaefer Jr. second, Ryan Blanchard in third. The posse is putting on a show so far tonight. All of them just about 12.9 or under. But first, let's go and pay homage to the greatest country in the world with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, in the home of the brave?
Now we are back here tonight, 150 laps at Southern National Motorsports Park. It's a really cool place to be. I'm up here in the booth tonight. Jeff McConey is my name. We also got Jack Truan working behind the scenes, bringing all this action to you on speed51.com and over on our Facebook page. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Thank you to Speed 51 for hosting us. It's going to be a fantastic race here tonight for the SidsView.com Modified Series presented by EastWest. Up towards the front, Ryan Blanchard holds the pole with Brandon Wilkinson in second. Teddy Hodgson sits in third. Defending champion Keith Jeffrey sits in fourth. Christopher Hyatt in fifth. Brad Carpenter in sixth. Stan Bragg Jr. seventh. Stephen Rogers in eighth. Gary Holbrook starts ninth. Rounding out the top 10, Kyle O'Danick. The name a little bit further back is Dave Bodio, sitting in 13th at the moment. He's looking to work his way up. A green flag is in the air as these cars are rolling. Blanchard now looking on the outside. You might find Brandon Wilkinson, but now Blanchard is clear. Wilkinson looks low now. Those two are teammates. I don't think we're going to see anything too crazy. But as I say that, Wilkinson looks low, doesn't have a line in. Now he's going to fall in line behind Blanchard. Keith Jeffrey up to third. Teddy Hodgson fourth. Christopher Hyatt now in the top five. Everybody's working their way around the track. A little bit further back, Brandon Pirtle and Dave Bodio have decided to team up, work together to make their way up towards the front. Dave Bodio has worked his way up to 12th. Brandon Pirtle falls from 11th to 13th now. Just a few laps in. Already lap 4 of 150 laps tonight at this 0.4 mile track. Like I mentioned earlier, laps are quick here. About 12.9 to 13.1 seconds. But the caution flag is in the air looking through the field. Might have been Tyler Chadwick involved. Taking a look at who that might have been. They're still on the hunt on who was wrapped up in that caution. Looks like the 76, 73 might have been involved. 73 is Chris Franz. 76 is Steve Costley. He's fallen from 16th to 25th. Yeah, the 73 there, just off of turn number 2, got a good run going, then into turn 3, got into the left rear of the 76, sent him around, no harm, no foul, maybe some hurt feelings, but that's to be expected here. At a short little track like this, only 0.4 miles, sometimes mistakes happen. So Chris Franz now hasn't gotten an EOL or anything of the sort, looks like it's just a racing deal. So now that puts Steve Costley, though, all the way back to 25th. We're 7 laps into this event, 8 laps into this event now. Ryan Blanchard still leads the way. Brandon Wilkinson in second. Keith Jeffrey now up to third. Lights on the pace car are out. They are double wide here, getting ready to come back to the green flag. Brandon Wilkinson with a really good jump on the outside, but Ryan Blanchard able to hold him off using that inside line. This is really a one-group racetrack. If you're making passes on the outside, you might just be a miracle worker. But now the caution flies once again. Doesn't look to be anything too bad here, but the field will be slowed down as we look for who was involved. Looks like the 057 might have been involved some way, somehow. John Murray. Maybe Glenn Pressel the third. Might have been the 73. Oh, once again was involved there. The 73 got a really bad restart, and he went up and nails the left rear of Glenn Pressel. Well, when it rains, it pours, and the 73 now involved in 2 wrecks. We'll have to see what ends up happening with race control. But now Glenn Pressel is going to be sent to the back off of the front bumper of the 73. That's Chris Franz. He's still trying to find his footing here. I don't think he's trying to go out there and wreck anybody. I don't think anyone would have intentions like that. This is a very clean racing series here at the SidsView.com EastWest Modifieds. But he's just involved in a lot of wrecks here, and it sort of just gets in your head. Green flag is in the air now, but Ryan Blanchard with a great jump. He is way ahead of Brandon Wilkinson. Lap 15, we're 10% of the way through this race for all you math freaks out there watching over on Speed 51 or on our Facebook page. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're a math freak, you know we're now 10%, over 10% of the way through this race. Brandon Wilkinson still chasing Ryan Blanchard. Keith Jeffrey hot behind Brandon Wilkinson, followed by Kenny Hodges, Brad Carpenter, and Christopher Hyatt, rounding out the top 6. Blanchard had a really good lead, but now it's starting to fall. His last lap right now coming to the line, a 13.132. Brandon Wilkinson, a 13.123. He's gaining, not by much, but he is definitely gaining. Now, we talk a lot here about being fast enough to catch someone versus being fast enough to pass someone. Those are two different things. That last lap, Brandon Wilkinson, a 13.277. Ryan Blanchard, a 10th quicker, a 13.144. So Brandon Wilkinson has to keep on his pace. Keith Jeffrey now is taking a little bit of fire from Kenny Hodgson right behind him. Seems like that last lap was slow for him as well, but he's getting back on the pace, trying to run down Ryan Blanchard, trying to run down Brandon Wilkinson. All these guys ahead of him. I think he's tired of finishing top 5 of these guys. I think he wants to win. Are you done? Okay, cool. I'll stay posted. "23 laps in so far. Ryan Blanchard still leading the way, and as I say that, Brandon Wilkinson gets around him with a great move there. And 2 teammates, like we've mentioned a few times now, I don't think they're going to do anything too crazy. That's Chris Franz, 73 lap car up on the outside. He got an EOL penalty from race control. Now he's falling back. A battle now brewing for second place. Keith Jeffrey is hot on the heels of Ryan Blanchard, trying to get down that 1 car length gap between them. He can get up close, but right now he hasn't been able to get a run. Brandon Wilkinson looking for a championship over Keith Jeffrey, over some of his other teammates now. Leads the way by 0.6 seconds. I don't know if Ryan Blanchard is going to do everything he can to hold up Keith Jeffrey. That would be a teammate move, but at the same time, he's got to defend his own race. Really not get himself wrecked if he blocks too hard. This is a balancing act for Blanchard right now in that 9 car. Gotta do everything he can to hold on to his spot and help out his team without getting himself in trouble. 30 laps in. For all you math freaks out there, that is 20% of the way through this race tonight. Already here, just a couple minutes in. They've got an hour and a half to get it done. I think they're going to meet that time frame. No problem at all. Dave Bodio was down on pit road. I don't know if he got penalized or what, but he was way, way, way off the pace now. Still way off the pace. It looks like he's going to go back into pit road. Now he's a lap down and falling fast, taking it, and our winningest driver in EastWest Modified's history has parked it on pit road. We're not sure why. We'll find out soon. That's not at all a good sign for the 16 of Dave Bodio. Started out in 13th, now second to last in 24th. Brandon Wilkinson with a bobble there, coming off turn number 4. I think he's really trying to haul the mail here. The more lap cars he can get between him and second, third place, the better. He needs to get around Chris Franz here and then just basically keep a gap, keep a few lap cars between him and the other cars. Slows the other guys behind him down. The more he can pass, the better he'll be. pace on these cars, though, falls off very quickly. The last lap for Brandon Wilkinson, 13.6. Remember, in qualifying in the warm-up, he was about 12.8. So these tires get eaten up here. It's a very abrasive track. You're putting so much wheel into it and driving the car so hard. Because think about it, you're getting around 0.4 miles in just 13 seconds. Now lap times have gone up by about 0.8 seconds in total. 13.533 there for Brandon Wilkinson after running a series of 13.6s. Now working through lap traffic, that's going to slow him down even more. Could open the door for Blanchard to gain, but he's holding strong at about 0.6 seconds back. He's got Keith Jeffrey right behind him, and then a few tenths back, not too much breathing room, is Teddy Hodge. Ryan Blanchard is gaining, and he's gaining quickly, about half a tenth a lap, if not a full tenth. Every single lap, he's going to get back up to his teammate's bumper. I don't know if he's going to make a move because Brandon Wilkinson right now is the favorite to win the championship. He's very close to doing it, but he needs some solid finishes throughout the rest of the season. And he needs a little bit of bad luck from Keith Jeffrey. I don't think he's going to wish bad luck on any of his competitors. That's what he needs if he wants to have a good chance. Do you see him? Awesome. This race is 95. Laps in for you Naphophiles out there. 30%. I'm going to keep y'all posted. It's a great race so far, though. Brandon Wilkinson now pulling away once again. He's got a little bit of a gap now for him. His teammate Ryan Blanchard, Keith Jeffrey right behind. Blanchard now again seems to be gaining little by little by little, but when Brandon Wilkinson's able to pull away, get that gap to Blanchard behind, it really helps him out. And now they're flying their way around this 0.4 mile track. They're keeping it clean so far, which is a good thing. They're getting very, very close to halfway now, as these drivers are pushing it with everything they've got. Find a little bit of speed, a little bit of time. As these tires start to fall off, they're pushing the car harder and harder, trying to find that little bit more time. And now, because I said something, I was foolish enough to say something, the caution flies in the air. Steven Rogers involved in the 09 as well. They're both wrapped up. That's Tyler Chadwick. Let's see what happened here. Looks like going into 2-3. The 09 just got into the back of the 89. A little bump, but that's all it takes here. They get locked up at the top. They have to hold their brakes. This track is so small, there's almost no gap for them to slide back down into traffic. They have to wait and be patient, go another lap down for both of them. 25 drivers that started this race. 15 remain on the lead lap. The first one lap down, Scott Bryant in 16th place. He's now going to get his lap back. Also a lap down, James DuPont, Glenn Pressel III, John Murray, Tyler Chadwick, Steven Rogers, Steve Costley, Christopher N. Stan Bragg Jr. And now, falling to dead last, it's Dave Bodio, still on pit road. Not too sure what happened. I'm going to take a look back. Oh, coming off turn number 4. He got loose and slammed, and I mean slammed the inside wall, knocked the front left all out of place. That car, no handling whatsoever. It's destroyed. Wheel is about 90 degrees off to the left. His night is over, I think. Keith Jeffrey comes down pit road from the front. Looks like a lot of the other cars, all the other lead lappers, stayed out. We're a third of the way through this race, 52 laps of 150 so far. All the leaders decide to stay out. We're not sure if there's a tire limit. There's none that we know of up here, but, you know, we could be wrong. We don't get told everything, unfortunately. So, right now, they are getting ready to line back up double file. Keith Jeffrey's back out on track, but he is going to be in a little bit of trouble, I think, being that far back. He's quick. He's actually being scored a lap down at the moment. Wow. I think he ended up going a lap down there. He's back in 16th, so he's going to need a caution to get the lucky dog. 11 cars remain on the lead lap. Green flag is in the air. 5 went a lap down under caution there. Now Brandon Wilkinson still leads the way over Ryan Blanchard. Teddy Hodgson slides into third. It's a 3-car line there at the front. Also there, Joe Schaefer Jr., another member of the posse. And then you got Zach Murphy back there as well. He's had some rough runs. He's had some good runs. Now he's having a lot of success here to these past few weeks. Doing really well for himself. He slides his way into 5th place. This is exactly what you need to do when you're in these races in a league like this one where it's as competitive as it is. You don't have to go out and lead every lap and be dominant. Sometimes you just need to show up and have a strong showing. Get yourself some top 5s, some good runs in qualifying, and that's all you need. That last caution, the 73 car involved. He went for a ride there. Chris Franz. Now he takes it down to pit road. He's in a little bit of trouble. Yeah, oh, who was that on the outside of him? I think that was the 33 car of James DuPont. So Chris Franz there. James DuPont catches the wall. Franz tries to dodge low. Nails the wall. Then gets absolutely lambasted by the 38. Knocked up into the air, spins around a few times. The 38 has got to have heavy damage. That's Scott Bryant. And now that's a lot of trouble for both of them. Leading the way, single file around here is Brandon Wilkinson. Ryan Blanchard in second. Teddy Hodgson sits in third. Joe Schaefer Jr. sits in fourth. The posse is 3 of the top 4. Zach Murphy still in the top 5. A great run for him. Kylo Danik with another good run. Jason Perkins now in 7th. Gary Holbrook 8th. Junior Harville 9th. Christopher Hyatt rounding out your top 10. Brad Carpenter and Keith Jeffrey, the last cars on the lead lap. Look at the line around the track. Brandon Wilkinson takes dives it down low on corner entry, uses a little bit of the track to angle his way up, and then diamonds the corner. Comes hard off 4 and does it all again here. 0.4 miles, 71 laps completed, almost halfway here. Brandon Wilkinson still doing a fantastic job out here, leading the way over teammates Ryan Blanchard and Joe Schaefer Jr. in 4th. Teddy Hodgson mixing it up with the posse here, having himself a good day. Coming up on some lap traffic here, the 76 of Steve Costley gets up out of the way of Brandon Wilkinson. Right now, the top 12 remaining on the lead lap. Brandon Pirtle, the first one to lap down. He's got Tyler Chadwick right behind. They are battling for the lucky dog position. There's really not too many battles coming out there. Really, everyone's spread apart. Brandon Wilkinson 1.3 ahead. This is what's important in the East-West Modified Series presented by SidsView.com is consistency. Zach Murphy having a great run out there. 5th place, just being consistent, not out there leading laps in the past few weeks. He's had a couple runs here, but he's doing a really great job. Lap cars now helping a little bit with this battle here. It allowed Joe Schaefer Jr. to get right up to Teddy Hodgson's back bumper. Got Zach Murphy a little bit loose when he had to take that bottom line, and Kyle O'Danick now trying to capitalize on it. The top 6 are all running close together. Then another half second to Jason Perkins back there in 7th. Junior Harville sits in 8th. Brad Carpenter now in 9th, but a really great run, the attaboy of the night. From 24th all the way to 8th is Junior Harville having a great run. Up towards the front, we got a battle for 2nd place. Teddy Hodgson rolling the outside of Ryan Blanchard. Here comes teammate Joe Schaefer Jr. to the outside of Ryan Blanchard now. Those two duking it out a little bit. Hodgson comes out the victor in 2nd place. Ryan Blanchard now falls to 4th. Joe Schaefer Jr. now in the top 3. Zach Murphy still cruising, but here's the battle for 2nd continuing. What a great dive in there by Joe Schaefer Jr. Got Teddy Hodgson all out of shape. Now Hodgson's going to try and replicate the move here. Doesn't have the run off of turn number 4, but does have the ability to block down to the bottom. Teddy Hodgson, if that name sounds familiar to you, he is the defending SK Lights champion at Stafford Motor Speedway, making the jump up along with Brian Narducci, another face we've seen here in the East-West Promotions, SidsView.com Modified Series. Lap 90 has just come and gone. Our leader at lap 90 was Brandon Wilkinson. Thank you to 90 Underground. I want to say it's 90 Underground, right? 90 Creations, that's my bad. 90 Underground, I'm thinking of something, a company over on Purdue University. So, yeah, us Purdue boys, our producer, Jack, he is IU through and through, and if you know anything about Purdue and IU, you know we've always got something to say about each other. So I made a mistake. 90 Designs, you'd sponsor Lab 90 here. We're very, very thankful to them. Brandon Wilkinson leading the way over teammate Joe Schaefer Jr. Teddy Hodgson slides into third. Brian Blanchard has now fallen from first all the way to fourth. What a horrible night for him, sitting in fourth place. What a horrible run. I'm kidding, of course. Caution flies on lap 95. Let's see who's involved. Looking around. Oh, I think that was Christopher Hyatt in the 12. It was. He's facing the wrong way by the front stretch. Uh-oh. Oh, it wasn't Self. That was the 079 having to catch the car. Mark Hicks had to catch the car. And unfortunately, Christopher Hyatt was the tool he used to catch it. Now facing the wrong way, Hyatt has to spin it around, but he's going to lose a lot of time. 11 cars remaining on the lead lap, the last one of which is Keith Jeffrey. His momentum has really stalled out here from the beginning. Pit road. They've decided that losing the track position, those 5 or so spots that they've given up, was worth it. Zach Murphy stays out. He leads the way. He's not pitted. He's on his original tires. 99 laps old. 99 laps of tires here, running near the wall. 99 laps worth of tires. Take the car on down. Take the lug gun around for new tires to run near the wall. If you can't tell, I'm missing my buddy Phil up here in the booth because he would have laughed at that. I would have gotten at least a chuckle out of him on that one. But he's unfortunately unable to make it tonight. He's got a prior commitment that's going on, so we're wishing the best for him with everything that's going on. He's an absolutely amazing person. Phil, we miss you. We'll have you back next week. Zach Murphy, though, leading the way. He's got Keith Jeffrey behind him. Gary Holbrook was up on the outside. He overdrives the entry. And now in third place, hounding Keith Jeffrey is Ryan Blanchard. I think he's got some fresh tires there, and we're going to see the advantage of it as he looks low on Jeffrey. Jeffrey doesn't give him much room. He gives him enough, but not too much more than what he needs to. That gets him all crossed up. Brandon Wilkinson takes advantage, says, I'll show you how it's done, bud. Now he gets in line behind. Those two are battling for a championship. Brandon Wilkinson leads the way over Keith Jeffrey. Keith Jeffrey's the defending champion. And Zach Murphy, I said earlier tonight, he hadn't been leading laps this season. Well, here we are. Patience and consistency pays off for him. And now looking low is Keith Jeffrey. Is he going to be able to hold the high line, Zach Murphy? Not really. It doesn't work too well at a track like this. You would think with the steep banking you could get away with it. Not really. With how short these corners are, you got to take such an aggressive angle on entry to hit the bottom and apex hard. Really makes it difficult to run the outside. So now Zach Murphy fighting for his life on the outside. Ryan Blanchard to his inside. Now Joe Schaefer Jr. to his inside. And Teddy Hodge is going to follow right behind. Battle for the lead. Keith Jeffrey gets crossed up. Brandon Wilkinson now going to take it on those fresh tires. He's got the advantage for sure. And then now with Keith Jeffrey on the outside, that opens the door for Ryan Blanchard to take a look as soon as Brandon Wilkinson gets around. It is a conga line from first to fifth, pretty much, first to sixth. First to seventh, if Kyle O'Dana can get it in, and he does. He gets that car pointed. Then behind, Brad Carpenter, Gary Holbrook duking it out. Now Kyle O'Danick goes to the inside of Zach Murphy. They are battling hard back there. But up at the front, they're battling even harder. Brandon Wilkinson to the inside of Keith Jeffrey. They are still remaining side by side. Keith Jeffrey making that outside work. Through brute force and determination, gets a run on the outside. Unable to get clear, has to check up so doesn't run down the wall. Now he's going to lose first place, it looks like, as Brandon Wilkinson forces his way clear. Keith Jeffrey gets hit up into the wall. Now he gets net coated by Joe Schaefer Jr. Joe Schaefer Jr. is going around. Schaefer Jr. is around, but the caution flag is not flown yet. He's off track, considered off track. Now he's going to get this car pointed. If he can try and remain on the lead lap, this track's so small, he has to tow it. That ends Joe Schaefer Jr.'s run. He was sitting up there top 5 all night. Now he's in a lot of trouble. Brandon Wilkinson takes the lead. Ryan Blanchard in second, and Keith Jeffrey now 0.7 seconds off of Ryan Blanchard. Falls all the way to third, and I think he might have some front right damage after getting pushed up into the wall when Brandon Wilkinson didn't really have the room to be clear. Battling now for 4th place behind Keith Jeffrey. Teddy Hodge to the inside of Kyle O'Danick. O'Danick working his way up through the field. We saw him side by side with Zach Murphy. Now he's working the outside with Teddy Hodgson, just clicking along, doing what he needs to do, waiting for Hodgson to make a mistake. Not very likely for the defending SK Lights champion over at the real Stafford Motor Speedway in Connecticut, which is opening up next Friday, June 27th. If you are in the area and you haven't pre-ordered your tickets yet, make sure you do so. 10 laps, 10 cars left on the lead lap. We've got, let's see, a wreck. Steven Rogers' machine was involved there. He's got a lot of damage. That engine's blown up. Taking a look back at it, he's racing side by side with Brad Carpenter. And then going on corner exit. Oh, Phil, if you're watching, we're breaking out the selfie stick. Jack, are you ready? We're doing it. All right.
You want to pull out your selfie stick?
Yeah, we got the selfie stick. For those of you that don't know, if you want a little bit of attention, you get the selfie stick here. All by yourself, you cause a spin. We're going to break it out for Steven Rogers. 3, 2, 1.
Hey!
He brings out the caution all by his selfie here on lap 115 of 150. Brandon Wilkinson, your leader, now on lap 117. He's got Ryan Blanchard behind, Keith Jeffrey in third, O'Danick in fourth, and Teddy Hodgson rounding out the top 5. The rest of the cars on the lead lap: Brad Carpenter, Gary Holbrook, Tyler Chadwick, Junior Harville, Jason Perkins, who comes down pit road, and Zach Murphy back there in 11th, who's thinking about going to pit road, then thinks better of it. Now he's going to remain on track. Cars are doubled up, getting ready to take the green flag here once again. Brandon Wilkinson leads the way. He said over the radio, one of the benefits of iRacing is that all these drivers are able to communicate with each other. Said over the radio he wanted lane choice. Race control said, no, you're going to start on the inside. And I think we're going to see Ryan Blanchard now try and take advantage of that. He knows that his teammate wants the outside. And now Brandon Wilkinson, though, muscles his way clear after a bit of a hairy turn 1 and 2. Thought that Blanchard might have a run going there, but Keith Jeffrey slides into third. This is the battle for the championship. Brandon Wilkinson in first, Keith Jeffrey back there in third. Both of them having some really, really great runs tonight. Keith Jeffrey, a very patient driver, but man, you do not want to cross him, and I think he might be a little upset after getting pushed into the wall by Brandon Wilkinson. I think he might take off the glove if he does end up getting close. I'm not saying wreck him, but he might not cut him a break. He might not lift a little bit earlier, and he might force his way in there should he be given the chance. Kyle O'Danick now in fourth, Teddy Hodgson rounding out the top 5. Really looks like it's a top 5 car breakaway. ending with Teddy Hodgson trying to make a run on Kyle O'Danick. Then they've got about 0.6 seconds back to Brad Carpenter. Behind him, a side-by-side battle between Gary Holbrook and Tyler Chadwick, who comes out with Tyler Chadwick as the winner. 9 cars remaining on the lead lap here. The last of which is Junior Harville back there in 9th place. Brandon Wilkinson still leading the way with some blistering fast lap times. Still really showing these guys how it's done. Just 25 laps to go, 24 to go now at the line. Caution flag is in the air, looking through the field. That's Brandon Pirtle involved. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think we're breaking out the stick again. He didn't hit anyone else. He went around all by himself. Listen, the rules are the rules, Jack. Are you ready? All right, we're breaking out the stick. For those of you that don't know, here at the Full Velocity Racing Network, you want a little bit of attention. You bring out the caution, you spin it all by yourself. We break out what's called the selfie stick. Right now, Brandon Pirtle gets it, so on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Hey!
He brings out another caution here. Lap 128 for the leaders now of 150. It's going to be a short dash to the end. I'm sorry, lap 130 for the leaders now on 131. 20 laps to go in this race. Brandon Wilkinson's been strong. Is he going to be strong enough to run it out to the end here? That is yet to be seen. Going to be just about 17, 18 laps to the end, and then that will decide it. Right now, let's throw it over to our sponsor tonight and for the whole season, SidsView.com. They've put together a great promotional video. Check it out.
Sit! In practice. I'm watching, buddy. Keep an eye on me.
Thank you again to SidsView.com for sponsoring this tonight. I wanted to make sure I said it right so that you can all head on over SidsView.com. Head on over to their website. Check out the series that they just put up about Stafford Motor Speedway. Man, was it a great show. It was absolutely phenomenal. I loved watching it. So right now, Brandon Wilkinson, he's hoping to watch this race back again and see himself in victory lane at the end of the night. 17 laps to go once they get to the line, 16 to go. Ryan Blanchard hot on his heels, but Brandon Wilkinson's been strong, and he's got the advantage of being out front. It's difficult to make passes here. If Ryan Blanchard does end up getting to him, he's going to have a tough time getting around. We'll have to see what happens. Brandon Wilkinson still leading the way with 15 to go. Caution flag is in the air. Brandon Wilkinson dodges, barely gets by. I thought we were witnessing the end of the night right there. That was, who was that? That was Brandon Pirtle. Brandon Pirtle and the 76 of Steve Cosley going into the corner. Yeah. So Brandon Pirtle went up to give way to the lead lap cars, ended up getting a bump from behind. Hard shot into the wall. No selfie stick for that one, but man, that was a hard hit. I think that's going to end Brandon Pirtle's night. Maybe Steve Cosley as well. Oh, Kyle O'Danick got involved. Kyle O'Danick got involved as well. He got hit towards the end there trying to check up for the caution. That was Teddy Hodgson he got into. Just, you don't have the visibility here in these cars when you're coming around the corner. Going into turn one, they see the issue. They both lock it up. Hodgson is sliding. O'Danick, Hodgson never hit him. O'Danick hit something invisible. Huh. Well, Kyle O'Danick, Yeah, he's done. He's taken it to the garage now. I think the Ghosts decided that it was not Kyle O'Dannick's night and put something in front of him, and he hit it. That is a very strange occurrence right there. Almost as strange as not wanting to check out sidsview.com and watching all the great content that they put up. I can't think of anything weirder than that, not wanting to see awesome short track racing action from the Northeast. There's nothing better than it. Make sure to check out the series that they put up about Stafford Motor Speedway last season. They followed along with putting myself on the spot, Keith Rocco, Mike Christopher Jr., Ronnie Williams, and Glenn Reen. Followed along with those four throughout the season. And Ronnie Williams ended up winning the championship. Spoiler alert, although I'm sure most of you already know. Back-to-back champion, but you got to see how he got there. It was an awesome presentation they put together. Really cool following along with Glenn Reen and the mentality that he has approaching racing. Mike Christopher Jr., he's a really amazing driver. But right now we are back going green, and speaking of really amazing drivers, Brandon Wilkinson still leads the way. 9 cars remain on the lead lap. Christopher Hyatt is the last one. Now Gary Holbrook has worked his way back onto the lead lap as well, so that's a great story right there. And Zach Murphy, car's struggling a little bit it seems like, but he's still running top 10. Now he's in 7th place, but up towards the front. The story is all about Brandon Wilkinson. Just 7 laps to go in this race, and he'll be the winner. Ryan Blanchard sits in 2nd, Keith Jeffrey in 3rd, Teddy Hodge in 4th. Brad Carpenter rounding out the top 5 with a fantastic run there. But the attaboy of the night is going to go to Tyler Chadwick, 19th all the way to 6th. You can also give a shout out to Mark Hicks, 25th all the way to 10th. So if a caution comes out, he'll be back on the lead lap. But I don't think Brandon Wilkinson wants another caution. He wants to run these last 5 laps clean and green so he can outrun his teammate right behind him, Ryan Blanchard. That last lap, he was just about half a tenth quicker. Actually not even half a tenth, about a quarter of a tenth quicker. And so he's pulling away the tiniest bit over Ryan Blanchard, but he certainly can't afford to make any sort of mistakes over the next 4 laps. Three laps to go for Brandon Wilkinson to cement his name into the winner's circle here at Southern National Motorsports Park in the East-West Modified Series. He's been very strong all season. He's running near the top in points with Ty Majeski. Majeski isn't here tonight. Now he's got teammate Ryan Blanchard behind him, competitor and rival Keith Jeffrey in 3rd, SK Lights champion at Stafford, Teddy Hodgson in 4th, and a very strong running Brad Carpenter in 5th, but he's able to hold them all off and take the checkered flag. The winner is Brandon Wilkinson. Ryan Blanchard in 2nd. Teddy Hodgson nabs 3rd place from Keith Jeffrey, who finishes 4th. Brad Carpenter in 5th. Keith Jeffrey showing his displeasure. Zach Murphy comes home 6th. Tyler Chadwick in 7th. Gary Holbrook 8th. In 9th, Christopher Hyatt. Mark Hicks rounds out the top 10. He's the first car to lap down. Now we are going to go and talk to our top 3. That's going to be Teddy Hodgson, Ryan Blanchard, and Brandon Wilkinson. Maybe we'll hear what Teddy Hodgson has to say about this finish. Let's take a look here. Going into turn number 3, gives a shot to the back bumper. Keith Jeffrey spins him around. What a save by Keith Jeffrey. And nabs 3rd, Teddy Hodgson does. We're going to go jump over to Discord and talk to these drivers and get their thoughts after a great run tonight. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. After 150 laps of battle here for these drivers, it finally comes to an end. The posse taking the top 2 spots. Seems like that's a common story here. Brandon Wilkinson wins it over teammate Ryan Blanchard. Teddy Hodgson comes home third. Keith Jeffrey in fourth. Brad Carpenter in fifth. Zach Murphy sixth. Tyler Chadwick seventh. Gary Holbrook in eighth. Christopher Hyatt in ninth. That's all your lead lap cars. And in 10th was Mark Hicks. Now we're going to go ahead and talk to the top 2 finishers here tonight. First up, Ryan Blanchard, who finished second. We're going to get a word with him. Ryan, it's Jeff up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
I have to ask, were you trying to hold up Keith Jeffrey earlier in the race so that he wouldn't be able to get up to Brandon Wilkinson?
No.
No?
Wait, is this on the broadcast?
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm like, I thought you were asking me privately. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I understand that. We were speculating on it up here in the booth. I was wondering, one thing I talked about, and I'm going to ask you this. How important is it when you're a teammate out there, you know your teammate's running for a championship, what do you have to do to hold up the guy behind you while also defending yourself and making sure you don't lose any positions or get spun or anything like that? How important is it when your teammate is running for a championship here trying to win it, and his rival is sitting there in third and you're sandwiched in second?
Yeah, I mean, there really wasn't much for me to, hold off. I mean, Keith was fast all night, but he came in 40 laps earlier for 4 tires and got held up a lap down, and then stayed out there when we all came in for 2. So I wasn't trying to hold him up, and there at the end I was just trying to drive away and go for the win. But I know Wilkes wasn't gonna give it to me easy, and Mark Logan and Brandon built me a really good race car for tonight, and I can't be more thankful for that. And I wasn't purposely trying to hold up Keith. I mean, if it looked like that, I wasn't doing it on purpose. But
Oh no.
no, I wasn't doing it on purpose. I was just trying to run my race, and I didn't get any laps in until tonight for the setup. So I had to rely a lot on my guys, Brandon and Mark, and I think I maybe only got like an hour of practice on the race set. So following Brandon's line there at the end, and I was really just trying to put together 5 more laps and hold off Keith, and then he ended up getting hooked there at the end by Teddy or something. I'm not really too sure, but really good car tonight, and really happy. Just missed a little bit with my fine tuning. Just trying to make the car a little bit better for me. It was a little adjusted for Brandon there at the end, so I made a couple adjustments to free it up, and it was a little too free there at the end for me. And Brandon just had a better car overall and better talent.
Absolutely, and it's my job as an announcer and doing post-race interviews to stir up trouble, and that's what I'm here to do, and that's what I'm good at. So,
No
who do you have
problem.
to thank for that second place run here tonight?
I gotta thank everyone at Epic Media. Brandon and Riley and Mark there at Wolfpack Motorsports. They built me a really, really fast car, like I said earlier, and to not have any laps on this setup for me. And at this track until tonight was, this says something for us at Wolfpack Motorsports. Joe was having a really good run there. Stan was too, but they both got caught up in junk there at the end, and it sucks for them. But Wolfpack Motorsports again, 1-2, and the posse. Everyone at Epic Media, Wolfpack Motorsports, Sean Waddell Communications. CMB Bore Repair, Boulder Ridge Construction, Northern Pipe, and yeah.
Man, it seems like you guys are getting better and better by the week at thanking all your sponsors. You guys are up here near the front all the time. I feel like I'm talking to you pretty much on a weekly basis. So congrats on another great run there. So have a good one. And right now, this was a really great race out there. Best of luck next week, but we are next going to bring up our winner tonight, the driver of the number 56, Brandon Wilkinson. Brandon, you were just hooked up on rails there, but starting in second place, running behind your teammate, how worried were you at the start when he was sort of pulling away a little bit?
Yeah, it's hard to tell, right? Because we kind of run the same baseline setup and run, completely different changes there. And Ryan had told me what he was going to do, and I told him I would see him in 30 laps. So it was a little bit less than 30 laps, but man, I tell you what, man, Mark Logan brought us two absolutely fast race cars for sure.
Absolutely. And you had a really great run there tonight throughout the course of the run. Who do you have to thank for this win here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the car was just unreal. I knew that Ty wasn't going to be here this week, so I put a lot of focus, obviously, seeing a chance to win. It's been a while since we've won one of these races, and Mark puts in too much time every week to not take advantage of this opportunity. So, yeah, just definitely got to thank Mark, everybody at Wolfpack, everybody at the Posse, Ryan, everybody at Epic Media, Waddell Communications, Rocket Performance. Everybody helps out. My spotter Tommy, who has been spot for me last couple of races here. So he did an awesome job tonight, keeping me calm. And it's just obviously we had a really good car, so we'll go into Gateway and try and go win that one. But yeah, just an overall good team effort for sure.
Now, Gateway's a tough track. I've run it in the modifieds before. I can tell from experience, and I'm sure you've run it there before as well. That's a tough track, and you're looking for this championship. What's your plan going in?
Really good when it comes to the smaller details. So I think our aero package will be pretty good there to start. So it'll just be I have a completely different driving style than Ryan at a big track. So he'll be busy this week, but he handles pressure just as good as anybody. So he'll continue to bring good cars to the racetrack, and we'll continue to do our best. So just really happy we get it done for Mark and everybody at Wolfpack, and like I said, everybody at the Posse tonight. We have a really good dynamic, and we work really well together. So definitely glad we could take advantage of this opportunity.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the win here tonight. Another fantastic run for you and your teammates. The Posse really seems to be strong here. And next week, we're going to see them battle for a championship. What a race that is going to be. Everyone, make sure you tune in next week for that race. See if Brandon Wilkinson can lock up the championship and come home the winner at the end of it. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into this race. SidsView.com for sponsoring this EastWest Promotions race here tonight. It was a really, really fantastic run. I hope you all had as much fun as I did. Thank you to everyone that tuned in on speed51.com or on our Facebook page. It was a great race. And for everyone out there, on behalf of myself, Jeff McConey, Phil, who is not up here tonight, unfortunately, but we'll be back next week, as well as Jack Truan behind the scenes working the controls. Have a good night.